Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Speed Champions 911 RSR and 911 Turbo 3.0 set. Has a very literal name, doesn't it? Well, let's get straight to the cars. There have been numerous variations of the Porsche 911, or vehicles with that name, in the many decades they've been producing them. However, this one comes from the run between 1975 and 1989, quite a long run indeed. That was arguably the most iconic of them all as a group. Now, there were many variations within this specific run. This is a first generation turbo, so it would have been 1975 to 1977 with, they even say in the title, the 3.0 engine. And it has just a few aesthetic specificities that kind of make sure you know it is from that 3-year span, including the lack of a sticker placed here to represent a little bit of trim that would have been added. This is also a pre-intercooler model with the way that they've done the rear deck there. And it also has just a single exhaust outlet there for the 3.0 version. So nice attention to detail. The shaping here I think is really good. It's a nice build. I appreciate the use of the Technic pieces up front to hold the headlights. Would have been nice to get a matching color for the axle pin that goes through there that's holding this all together, but I mean, all things considered, this is done pretty nicely with a minimum number of stickers. They went with really lippy wheels. Would have been nice to get some dark colored centers there, maybe at least with the bushings and the axles, the actual Technic axles going through. But I appreciate what they're trying there. They used some older wheels with the Speed Champions tires that have the same inner diameter, but just the tires have less width here. Nothing opens up on this except for just the driving compartment. The wing, I mean, it can be removed, but it just leaves you with a notch there. I guess you can make this into a non-turbo model if you want. And of course, you can just lift this up. Interestingly, when you lift up the windshield, sometimes it'll bring with it this brick beneath. Just what it is. Not the greatest looking interior, but not bad. You know, accommodates the figure just fine. Overall, the building for this is pretty straightforward. On the racing side, from the modern era, the current era, this is actually the second attempt the Speed Champions design team has taken at a modern 991 series 911 RSR, and this one looks just so much better than the previous one from the finish line set that they did earlier on. I mean, the proportions are just so much better. It's so much lower, it's less boxy, it's more sleek. The shoulders are lower, so much lower. Just everything is significantly better about this new one. Just shows how much experience they've gained and how much they've been able to benefit from the introduction of new pieces. I mean, it's just so critical when trying to make specific replica designs of real life things, especially at small scales, to have pieces available, very specific pieces available. And when you don't have those pieces available, it really limits you. So this uses all the newest parts that we're familiar with, including things like the quarter round tile piece there, 1x1. They've also got the white color for the 1x2x1 modified slope with no stud on top used here. They've also used the 1x2 plate with rounded corners for a little bit of shaping right in there. And this introduces a piece that I had never seen before, used for the lower deck, the actual spoiler, not the wing, but the spoiler down beneath. This is a new modified 1x2 plate piece here. Let me take that off actually. And it has a high angle spoiler with center connection and the two outermost stud lengths are completely open underneath, so we will surely see this being used in a number of things in the future as well. I think the diffuser at the rear looks really good. They've used the modified 1x1 round plate with bars sticking out to give you the little exhaust outlets there, just like they used one of those on the 911 Turbo. Yeah, just great part uses all around, yet it's still not difficult to put together. It's still something that you can put together by just following the instructions in the most straightforward manner. There are no real tricks. There are no parts where you need to balance things or where you feel like you need 3 hands or anything. So that's a real testament to the talent of the designer here, and to the standards that Lego constantly enforces upon themselves to make sure their products are just workable and buildable and approachable by a wide age range. You can get into the driver's compartment very easily here, and that has a nice color scheme on the inside of it even. Doesn't have any things that look kind of out of place with the colors. I guess you got a little bit of yellow towards the front, but that's just the tiniest thing. I think it looks pretty nice for what it is. Inside and out goes together well. Oh yeah, I think that the sticker application here is absolutely perfect. They could have gone with more to make it a little bit more detailed, to have a little bit more of the absolute, replica of the livery of one of these racers. But I think that the number of stickers here is high, yet very reasonable and very appropriate for the vehicle. I did actually this time remember to take a little bit of footage of this without the stickers applied, and what do you know, it actually looks good just plain as well. It kind of looks like a pre-season or introductory, reveal version of a race car before they apply the actual, sponsored up, graphicked up, paint schemes and vinyl schemes. So if you want to build one like this, fortunately you can without changing out any parts. You don't really need to change the colors at all. I think it looks pretty nice just like that as well. As with most of the Speed Champions offerings, this set also includes one extra set of wheel inserts, and these will specifically work on the Speed Champions wheels, therefore it'll only work on the RSR in this set. This set's side build is kind of small but stout. It's well built, and I think it makes for a nice little bit of backdrop. It has a fantastic feature built into it. I mean, most of this is just, stuff to give you a little bit of an edge of a track, but I love the lap counter. It is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. You just rotate this and it has stickers there, so you can get 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps, 4 laps. I think this is the best that Lego has ever done with any sort of counter feature. They've done various counter features, some of them static, some with things that you move before, but I don't think any have been this good. It looks great and it works so simply. It's such a simple build. I don't know why they didn't do it before, but I love it. I think it's really, really good. They also give you this pit board that a minifigure can hold up, and even that has a little counter number moving feature built into it that works great and uses multiple stickers. So here you have kind of the order that you would expect these to be running, but you can swap things around if you're just having some imaginative play and do that. Again, really, really simple, but works perfectly. Yeah, you see that on the back, but I think that's okay. And it's not too thick, and it can actually be held by the figure. I mean, it needs to be, partly on the ground, but it scales well. Another well done little thing. Here are the 3 figures up close, with the classic driver on the left, the modern driver in the middle, and just a pit crew member, I guess, or engineer on the right. The 2 on the right have the exact same torso, and all of these torsos are gender neutral, so you can feel free to swap heads around between them without anything looking awkward. They have no prints on the backs of or tops of the helmets, so I'll just take those off and let's see what the prints look like on the back here as well. Just all again, just good stuff. Yeah, that's just a fantastic display of progress from Lego. You know, when you look at the before and after for essentially the same car, what they did previously and what they've done now with this set, with the use of the most recent pieces that have been added to their inventory collection. They've been able to make things look significantly better than before, and yet the builds are still solid. So progress is just a wonderful thing to see. I think that both of these cars look great. I think personally that the RSR looks better with its proportions being a little bit more accurate, but the classic 911 Turbo is possibly a more displayable, more collectible thing. I think that it's pretty close, just a little bit pinched in the head, I would say, you know. Would have been nice if maybe the center could have been a 5-wide build, but they don't make pieces 5-wide for the windscreen, which is kind of the issue there. And 6-wide would have been too much, too much of a pedestrian-looking vehicle. So, in all, good work, better than even before, and I hope that Lego will continue to introduce more small, really useful detail pieces. They are really the keys to making more interesting and more realistic small builds that are minifig compatible, and this is just more proof of that. That's it for my thoughts about this set though. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.